This is a Winchester 60. It looks like an early model. It's 23-inch barrel. And they made those from 1931 to 33. And this one appears to be in excellent condition except for one minor item. The stock is broken clean in half right here. It's a clean break. There's been no repair attempted on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first glue it back with some epoxy, and then I can run a 90-degree hole right through there, down from the top, and won't have to go all the way through, so it'll be hidden. And we'll run a 15/64 hole through there, and then screw it in with a 1/4 inch machine screw. This should be about the right size, something like that. Bury the head and cover it up with a plug, and then be able to test fire it. Here's the setup for the epoxy. I've got it anchored in here kind of securely, and then to keep the front part from shearing this way, when I put clamping pressure on it, I put in a screw in here, and then put the trigger guard screw in here so we can get a bite on this clamp here. And so that's holding it in pretty well, and it's allowing that trigger guard, the trigger to move back into its original position. That's a good reference point down here for the positioning. But just get some epoxy going on here and get some good squeeze out, and then we'll be ready to drill. Okay, now we've got the two pieces back together with epoxy here. That's cured over the past several days. And then the next thing I did was took a 31/64 drill to run the dowel hole down about 3/8 of an inch, so we can get a dowel in there after the machine screw is the 1.5 inch machine screw. It'll be put down in here like this, and then we ran a 15/64, I think it's 15/64, or nearly a 1/4 inch drill for the machine screw. Not loose, so it'll allow it to screw in, and it screws in nicely and securely. Then we'll lay some epoxy on that. Oops, pardon me. And get that screwed down, still hidden. And then we'll put the dowel on and then finish the dowel off. Okay, we got the epoxy mixed here, and this will go on the machine screw, and we'll place it in there like that. I had a little bit of tear out drilling a larger hole, but I've got that reinforced with a little super glue. So and let's see, I'm going to stick some epoxy into the hole first. Wrong end. drip down to the bottom of the hole. That should be enough. Yeah, get a little squeeze out, that's good. Alright, that should do it. Now I just have to make the dowel. Probably take it from this this hardwood. Shave it in there. I was going to go with, I was going to try the super glue mixed with some walnut sawdust. I took some walnut from the base of the, underneath the butt here, but it wasn't nearly enough, so I took some more walnut that was basically the same color as what I was getting off the original stock. And after watching Mark Novak working with that Acroglass, I decided I'd go with my standard epoxy mixture mixed with some of the walnut sawdust, and this is what I came up with. We'll see how it looks after it dries, and hopefully I'll be able to file it down like Mark did with the Acroglass. Okay, here's how it ended up. Took some of this sawdust you see on the white page there, mixed it in with my epoxy blend, and let it sit for a couple of days, and then filed it down, and came out pretty good. Kind of hard to see the whole thing there. It's right about here. And right now it's got a couple of coats of boiled linseed oil on it, and should look pretty good after a few more. The stock was pretty dry, so it's been soaking it up like a sponge. I left the dowel that hides the machine screw in there a little visible, so you can tell that there's been a repair. But I think it's going to look pretty good if I get it all oiled up. All right, this is the finished product of this Winchester Model 60 with the gun stock repaired and about 8 coats of boiled linseed oil, and then I let it cure out here in the garage in the Arizona desert, where it was well over 110 for the last 30 days. Plus with the help of that fan in the background, cured it, so it looks pretty good now. And now all it needs is take it out to the Ben Avery and test fire it. We'll see how that goes. Now, the last time I tried getting out here, my fairly new rebuild motor started acting up. I had a Ford 5.4 liter Triton 3 valve, which is the most hated engine in America, and it began to buck when I turned in here. I had to turn right around and head back into town and to the shop that installed the engine. Since then, I've learned how to fix the timing issue by shoving it into neutral and gunning the motor. It works every time. The code for any of you guys that got the F-150, it's a P0022 for over retarded timing on bank 2. I got a 9 o'clock reservation on the 5 to 100 yard range to test the rifle.
Really excited. Eventually, I was hoping to go into which Honeywell would you one in Sky Harbor. Yeah. Literally, as you're going out to Sky Harbor, you can see the Honeywell sign right as you're pulling out onto the 10.
Many years ago, there was not a challenge in the big Honeywell plant. And the director of security was an old
protection on at this time. With your hearing eye protection on, may approach the tables and resume fire. We'll take a deliberate 15 minutes.
All right, here's the results of the test firing that I did yesterday at the Ben Avery. The one on the left is the 50 yard, I fired 10 rounds, 22 long rifle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't account for this hole here unless it was one of the other shooters had accidentally hit my target. Bigger hole than all the other holes. And so that 50 yards, it came out pretty good for an old man. Now, and then the one on the left here is I initially aimed at the hole at the top center where it says scorekeeper to allow for drop at 100 yards. I fired 11 rounds there. Let's see. Count them up here. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the range here, and then there's another one down here, and another here. So if you count this as 3 holes, I did shoot 4 rounds dead center instead of up here, and that's pretty damn good. If that was me shooting here, but that looks like there's about 11 there, but that's pretty good for 100 yards on this old Winchester 60.